Welcome back to part number 16 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Epirus. Last episode was essentially a whirlwind tour. We took out some Roman territories. We came over here and took some territory in Iberia. We got on our fast-moving Liburian fleet, took out some Greek city-states, stopped off at Macedon, moved up to Armenia and Legia, hopped on our Liburians, went back over to Iberia, engaged this tribe here. He triggered this whole inland lot. And then I filed some claims on Bastitania. I declared war here. I don't think it was recorded in the last episode. It's just a bit of a clarification here. We were able to separate peace out with some of these guys, and then I found the Carthaginian revolt here. If we go below 20 stability, we can't declare war, but we just cut this by a 0.22, and we had a claim here that Carthage took. We had filed a claim somewhere around here or whatnot. I don't even know where it is. But we were able to declare war, so now we're essentially at war with this whole area here, and I'm pretty sure we can take it without much to do about it either. I doubt that Carthage revolt has integrated many of these cultures here, and even if he has, what of it? There's nothing there. So really it's just these cities, and I don't think he can defend himself essentially, so we're going to roll over him. And these tribes, I'll give you a summary report. That's essentially the size of it. So I didn't forget. I went ahead and spent essentially all my money. I built a wonder here, or am building a wonder here. Honored freemen, honored slaves, and siege traditions. It will be ready in 613, about 5 years out. This will give us 15 bonus to the output and 6 happiness. This is a 20% slave modifier, and this is siege ability, and then the engineers +2. That should work. Moving pumps about, they're just shuffling them about for promotional activities. Let's see if we have our... It's still not in order. We need more citizens here, clearly. I shuffled out the various pomps that were captured and brought to the capital, and it's all primary culture again. That's essentially the size of it. We're going to have to stand down as we don't have militant Epicureanism, and probably not going to take it anytime soon. Who knows, though. So we have to stand down. We'll have less than a 20 stability. We need to do it anyway, as our provincial loyalties, I'm sure, are not going positive, that's for sure. They're all mostly in the negative, but surprisingly not really all that much. This place is about to blow here. Where is that? This place has been giving me trouble the whole game. I have no idea why. I move everyone out. It's always about to revolt for for reasons unknown, really. A bit of corruption on the governor's part, I guess. And then... Well, I'm going to move pops out of this area again and see if we can turn that to positive. Well, who needs to move them? All I did was swap out the governor. Now it's gone wildly positive. We should be able to peace out here. We've done it. Well, who would have guessed? I think we peace out with the Carthaginian revolt first. And that way we can separate peace out with these combatants and not have to worry about taking it all at once. Let's see. Let's see how much we can get here. Yikes. Well, he's almost agreeable. We need one more point. We've done it. 4 aggressive expansion. Now we can separate peace out here and get these mercs off the books. Another 4 aggressive expansion there. Another separate piece right here. Boom. We should be able to sue for peace for everything. There it is, another 2 aggressive expansion. We've done it. That That worked out exceptionally well. Well, here we are. I just finished out this war. I have these units set for reorganization. They're going to head back to this port. I deleted out all the forts and such, and we're making 216 per. It's not bad. It should increase as some exports go out, although we have less people to export to. There's a 6 stability event that hit during the war, somewhere a couple months back or something. So we theoretically can declare another war. We have an actionable war declaration here. Lugia, Pesquisia, and whatever this tiny little area here is, Badia, as well as Corporia. We could stop there on our way up to this aspect of Rome here, as I believe that is actionable as well. And that's a fairly large ordeal, although it's perhaps not as big a deal as it looks. There's a lot of territory there, but there's just not a lot of cities left, relatively speaking. So I'm pretty sure we could hire a lot of, mid-sized mercs and get the job done along this aspect here. And perhaps a merc or something around here. Something could be done here. I'm not exactly sure what as yet. Wow, every merc that can be actioned in this area essentially is or has been. Is either beaten down, recovering, or engaged. So as to what to do here, I don't really know. I suppose we could land a couple of these armies. One of them here, he could march across here, and then he'd be sort of stuck. I think we have access here. We do. From some time back, I have access through this area. So we could march here and then up through here and engage this area. That's the plan. As for this, there are no mercs to be had, so I'm not going to bother with it. It'll just have to wait. After we action Rome here with our larger armies, taxis proper, I think maybe we'll head up to Daemonia and we'll file a claim immediately here. The guy's out of control, essentially. He has a 12 mil tech. It's higher than Rome. 3 months of reorganization is going to have to do it. These guys are feeling better, but not full strength. We're going to get on the boats and head up north. The units are generally in place. Let's do it. We're going to choose a war goal here, Pictonia. These units are up. It's a vast area, but I don't think he has many troops. So we'll see what happens. He came together with the Roman revolt, but there are no units here. Looks like we engaged these capitals without incident. I'm going to force march right in here. Looks like we found 2K down here. We beat some levy here. I'm going to force march this unit up to this fort. This levy here will finish off these capital provinces. The war goes well enough here. Let's see, we have, we'll just wait. Not a lot, I see, we found some units here. It's like we found a few more conscripts, but we have a competent marshal with some chariots. Well, after a mostly one-sided engagement, we have a 99 war score. I am pretty sure I can get, I see, we can't do that, connect. We can connect, we can't. I see. Can we connect? There's no way to get from here to there without taking this province here. And to get, we want access to this area so we don't have to go all the way around and up here, or all the way back here around. So we'll just wait to peace out, and we'll secure this area as well. Perhaps it's better just to peace out and call it a day here, having tried. Maybe we can take some coastal territory here. It's not really going to matter, but I'm going to see if I can come up with an equitable arrangement, and then we'll head back. Maybe mull about here until we can get our stability back up above 20. and burn our AE down, etc. All we need are these 2 territories. I think I'm going to try to take them. Well, we really only needed the 1, and that's all we could take. This one reoccupied automatically. We have more war score. There it is. Let's do it. 5 aggressive expand up to Demonia here, right through that corridor right there. We can go there or there. So there it is. And our stability is 19 now, and our loyalties are they're not all that bad, really. The decade has rolled over. I'm going to give myself the 40 mil experience, as well as take this tradition here. That should give us an increased levy count. Let's see how much, or legion count. Boom. Time has passed. Our AE is coming down. We have a very high diplomatic rep. Our tyranny is coming down as well. It's good for me. We'll be able to declare a war of the spear and use the invoke devotio. Our wonder is done, and we can take another 5 stability event. Why not do it? We already had a +3 stability. I tried to declare war here in Insubria. Found I didn't have a claim. I could have triggered Rome again, and we could have headed over there and had another round. But I'm sort of in a mood to mull about and get my funding in order. Mercs are fairly expensive. And boom! That was a huge boon. Our slave output is juiced by 20%. And then that's juiced by another 58% or thereabouts from the taxes. I think that was just 80 or thereabouts. It was quite a bit. Whatever it was. Yeah, 266 up to 330. Yeah. This is a bonanza for us. So I've just been checking these pop ratios. They're still not in order. I would imagine some of them still have more slaves than there really should. This one, or less slaves, I should say. I need to get some slaves here so we don't have any demotion activities going on. I'm going to take a look throughout our home province here, and like this, we need some slaves here as well, so that they can promote up to freemen, citizens, etc. A lot of these areas here are maxed out. We have essentially built all that can be built relative to our potential. I've been juicing this area with our free provincial improvements that I get from the deification of our former leader, and it's working out very well. Mostly it's been population capacity, but as late I've been using the religious endowment to create an extra building slot. I'm going to build aqueducts and such. Along those lines, we're going to have a huge capacity here in our mega province of Liburnia, 1488 pops. And we're going to have a great need of more pops in our mega region of Illyria. And these guys over here are fairly close. So I have turned off all of the slave promotions here in these cities, and I'm building theaters in areas close to our mega province and region. They will assimilate to our culture before moving over here for further promotional activities. Well, a fair bit of time has passed and a lot of money has been spent getting these cities in order. Generally speaking, though, they all have more slaves now than they should, so they will promote. Some of them still need more. This one, for instance, I'll probably move 5 or 10 pops there and then just call it a day. I figured I was going to wait until, say, a Rome was actionable again, or other some technologies hit. But our AE is coming down at a fair clip. We burned quite a bit at peace, and we've been at peace. has some anyway, whatever the case is, it comes down by 0.77. Our tyranny is also coming down. I figure why not action a war against Carthage and Egypt? They've been allied for essentially ever. And I've been hesitant to do it just because I didn't want to build out to my legion. I wanted to leave a bit in reserve and bank money for these wonders I've been building. But the wonders are, there's a few left, some essentially the conquering traditions, which becomes less relevant as you pare down Egypt and Carthage. The aggressive expansion impact is essentially irrelevant for a War of the Spear, which is the only way to deal with these guys here. And the rest of it is easily moppable up with various normal warring procedures. So I can get an errant supply limit with some legion maintenance costs with another wonder, or I'm just not worry about it. We'll pay 15% that we wouldn't have with the wonder for aggressive expansion, but I think we're at about 40% or some such, or 50% discount anyway, so let's just do it. To that end, I built out a few more ships to my supersized navy. I added another army here to the legion count. We now have 4 proper armies at 8, 8, and 16. The proper armies are headed down in this direction here. I'm going to station them. And I'm going to pick up this bruiser army here. And a couple of larger stacks, mercs, say here, here, here and here. We're going to engage meaningfully with Carthage and Egypt. And I picked these units up here. I'm going to grab this one. I have this one headed down to Greece. We'll pick him up. I think I'll bring these 4 mercs down to Egypt here. And see about securing the deltas and moving in this direction. And who knows really what can happen over here. He'll probably invade us. He has, I see. We have a large road system here, so we're going to move this unit manually via our road system over to deal with this portion of Egypt. There's a change in plan. It's a little too wide a battlefield. I'm going to try to cope with Carthage. And we're going to go over here and assault Carthago away with one of these large merc stacks. And then just dismiss him and let him head back. And then we're going to hire a merc or 2 over here to cope with whatever goes on there. We have arrived at his capital. I'm going to declare this war immediately. We've arrived here. Let's get this assault moving. Boom, it fell. Let's assault this as well. We just hit an oratory advance, so I think we have the capability to take the War of the Spear at this point if we wanted to. I'm going to keep these banked. Carthage fell here as well. Let's move it out. We'll go siege this, assault this area as well. The first levy of Africa has appeared. These guys are landing here shortly. It should go very well for us. So one day, in fact, I think we can force march into this guy and do away with him. I'm gonna stick around here and see about doing away with the Carthaginian fleet. It looks to be low morale. And then we'll go and pick up these guys here. Looks as though Egypt has a lone levy here in their stronghold of, I see, Attica. There's no way we can siege that down. We'll just not worry about it and wait for him to come out. He's on the prowl here as well. We have very little levy counts. We have 13, and actually, we probably could take that out. All that we really can do is try. War exhaustion is such, we'll just wait. Let's do it. We'll see about taking this unit out. I don't need any surprises. Asia has a 5 count. A decent marshal, so we'll wait on this guy's move. We have nothing at all going on here. At all, period. He has 80 ships. Let's see. At some point, we're going to want to go over there. There were more forts here in Carthage than there are in Egypt. But, well, over here there are forts, but... I don't want to under-deploy to Egypt, and I want to deploy some of these fort destroyers to Carthage. But I also don't want to break my navies up, other than it doesn't matter because the enemy doesn't have a navy. So, before this unit heads back here, I'm going to break it in half. And we'll send one of these bruisers here over in this direction, and the other 3 are going to engage the Egyptian capital. We stack wipe the Carthaginian fleet right there. We stack wipe this army here as well. Let's assault this fort. Boom. Let's head to another fort. I broke these ships up. I'm going to send 64,000 cohorts to Cernassia. I'm going to send one of these units off. I'm going to have this unit board this 75 fleet. And we'll head over in this direction here. Perhaps that's a bit far out. We'll go here instead. I'm going to pick up this bruiser and get him over to the Egyptian capital, see what can be done. We've engaged this unit. Siege has fallen. The occupation here has fallen as well. Let's see about dispatching this merc here. We're going to pick this guy up. Maybe have him do some reorganization work over in our home territories in Sicily before we drop him off in Egypt. We've landed here in Carthago. We're going to go and hopefully stack wipe that merc. We're going to pick up this unit here as well. Here's the view as it stands. We've almost arrived here. Maybe we'll catch this unit out on accident. We're going down to Andros. Hopefully stack wipe this Egyptian levy here. This guy will probably turn around as well. We're headed here to Cernassia. And this activity here looks to be going well enough. Won this victory here. We stack wipe that merc, or that levy. Uh-oh, there's another. That merc is still skulking around here, so well. I'm going to assault this fort. We've made it back to Syracuse here. I'm going to try to reorganize this unit here. I'm not really sure what happened to that H stack that was wandering about here. We must have stack wiped it, so let's assault this fort. There's a lot of fighting going on, units moving about. We're winning most of the battles. I don't think we've lost one for a while, if we ever have. We're sort of chasing this guy about. We finally caught him. This unit is reorganizing in Sicily. Plan to bring him to the deltas and deploy him there. Let's see how close he is. There's some ways to go. Some more Carthaginians are starting to show up, but we have a lot of troops about, as you may have noted. We stack wipe this army here. Good for us. Here it is. We've taken the North African part of Carthage. We've taken Cernassia here and are proceeding down in this direction. There's a levy wandering around here, and then, well, I think this unit here is ready for deployment. Let's do it. Gonna head over here to these deltas. This unit is headed here. This guy's headed to this provincial capital. The war is about 1 year in. I think I'm going to let it run the 3 years and try to take some territory out of Egypt as well. We're winning essentially on all fronts, just a matter of mopping this up. This guy's getting a 2-for-1 sale. He happens to be here. This guy's stumbling in there on Shattered Retreat, and he's moving here to engage this guy as well. We finally got this guy. We may as well assault this fort while we're here. Boom! We dropped this capital here. We're going to get on our fleet and see about these deltas. I'm going to move some of these wrong culture pops out of the capital here down to the predominantly primary culture cities along this coast here that have some capacities available, surely. Yeah. We have arrived at the Western Delta here in Memphis as well. Let's get off of that and see about procuring a provincial capital, wherever exactly that is. Let's assault this fort immediately. We stack wiped another army here. Siege of Alexandria has fallen. Let's get this Bruiser Merc on board here. Move it out to the Eastern Delta. We're going to assault that. And then I'm going to bring that Bruiser back to friendly territory here. And we'll pick up that unit after he reorganizes. Rather than just let that Bruiser unit go, I'm going to reorganize him before I let him go, because he'll never recover. Normally, maybe I want to use him in the near term against the Seleucids or whatnot again as well. I'm not really sure what's going on over here. I saw a 2-stack Carthaginian levy wandering about here, but as yet he hasn't really shown himself. Perhaps he's content to leave peaceably over there, and we'll leave well enough alone as well. What's going on here? Nothing much. Let's assault the Eastern Delta here. That assault didn't really work out so well here. This guy is completely depleted of most units except his light cav. I think he could get dispatched unless this unit can make it there in time. We have a breakthrough here. Boom. I think we could take the War of the Spear now, as well as militant Epicureanism, but we'll just wait. Reach this region here. Let's carry on. I think this unit can reinforce the siege here. That's some PI here. We've relieved this Merc army here. We're going to take to the sea and go and see if we can head off this Egyptian levy here. Eastern Delta's fallen. Stack wiped another Egyptian army. This is an overdub. We're getting ready to close out this war. I'm not sure I recall exact what stack wiped. Not sure I know exactly what's going on at this point, but we are trying to occupy much of this aspect of Egypt here. See if we can stack wipe that. We'll take the 5 stability and 5 tyranny, or negative 5 tyranny. We finally dropped that. A siege there, and we can go and see about this guy. We are winning handily in Carthage. Probably be hard to take some war score out of him, but we'll take what we can get. I'm going to separate peace in about, what is it, well, shortly. There's nothing going on in Iberia. It was sort of surprising. We have a great many areas occupied in Egypt. I have a claim in Western Delta and Memphis. Going to try to take that. Claim in Carthago as well. This guy has snuck up and taken this province from us. Lowered our war score against Egypt, but such is life. We're short by 3, but we'll take what we can get. It's going to be the... and we'll raise both of these or sack them. Get some money together for our mega province building projects. Moving pops and building aqueducts and such can be expensive. Have 100 war score even out of Carthage. Crippled this North African levy and took his capital. Grabbed some money there as well. Alright, let's close this out. I'm going to use the rest of my money here in between episodes to move quite a few pops from this area here, perhaps here, to our mega region. There are more than a few primary culture pops here, or say here. There are 17 primary culture slaves there. There are 23 there. 23 there. There's a lot of primary culture pops that just sort of mull about, which means that I can move the pops from these areas here just irrespective of anything. I just grab as many pops as I can and move them all here, and then say move all those guys from this province to this territory, and then condense all of these pops to this territory. After condensing all these pops to this territory and then moving them here, and all in one massive group, I can move them like here and get them close to these various to our capital regions, which would be here. This is in the mega region of Illyria, and I'm going to use the massive gold hoard that I've acquired here by raising those 3 cities to get our pop ratios right and build aqueducts and etc. Maybe build more theaters in some of these Roman cities so that they can assimilate, and then we can move them in as well. What is our present count here? 4,200 pops in our mega region and 1,300 there. This let's see, that about should do it. Our territory here should be attracting quite a few migrants, and it does. We want to get that the pop capacity higher with ever more aqueducts. With that having been said, I hope to see you in the next episode.